17 years ago today, believe it or not, one of the greatest superhero movies of all time released, The Dark Knight. I can't even believe it. It almost slipped my mind because life be lifing. And I was like, wait a minute. The 18th. I mean, we just celebrated the 20th anniversary of Batman Begins, and now it is the 17th anniversary of The Dark Knight. In my opinion, I love Christian Bale. He is my favorite Batman, even with the voice. I know people are very divisive on him as well. They weren't sold before Batman Begins. This movie sold them, but they still had a problem with the, where are the other drugs going? They had a problem. I loved it. I loved it. I absolutely loved. Maybe you thought it was too much. I loved it. Loved the suit. When they changed this suit, loved that too. Absolutely loved it. Wanted to get one made, as a matter of fact. But at the time, they were like $3,000 or $4,000 to get this made. This might be a bucket list thing to get one of these suits made. But 17 years ago today, The Dark Knight released to critical acclaim. It really pretty much started the dark and gritty era. Like you had Spider-Man, you had Spider-Man 2, which was a great superhero movie. And don't forget about X-Men and all them guys before. So Christopher Nolan is when you really begin to take superhero movies seriously. Now, here's the funny part. Iron Man came out just a few months earlier. Iron Man dropped in May of 2008, and this came out a little later. So both came out in the same year. And we're talking a lot about, where did this conversation come from? It came from Superman. Superman has given this channel a little bit of it, not even a little bit. It's given this channel direction. I'm so confused right now as to what to do. I've never been so confused when it comes to YouTube. I see what the analytics are telling me. I know what I like. I know what I enjoy. I do enjoy this. But sometimes you got to, I don't know, sometimes stuff just smacks you in the face. And sometimes you got to be willing to adapt. So I don't know. I just had to say that. But Heath Ledger changed the course. I remember when people were having a difficult time, like Heath, not Heath Ledger, right? 10 Things I Hate About You, not him. There's no way he could play the Joker. And now he is the Joker that everyone, every time they do a parody, they parody him. They don't parody Leto or Nicholson. They parody Heath Ledger. But we're talking about this because Superman is a topic of conversation. Now, I was thinking about it today. You got two of the biggest franchises, biggest superheroes in the world. And we had to wait 13 years for the next Superman, which was now. And I was thinking, Derek, has there ever been a bigger gap? Why is this movie so divisive? Is it because of the director? Is it because Christopher Reeve is still in our head? Why is it? What was the longest that it had been? And then I thought about it. First, I thought, okay, between Man of Steel and this movie here, Superman, that it was 13 years. But then I thought, no, it was a longer gap. It was a 19-year gap between Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, which is absolutely terrible. I remember seeing that as a child, and Superman Returns, which was supposed to be a continuation of Superman 2. It's 19 years between Superman 4 and Superman Returns. So that's the biggest gap in the last 40 years. But it's super divisive. And people have the audacity to compare James Gunn's Superman, which, you know, when you have to say the director, then the movie, it's like it's something, right? James Gunn's Superman to Batman Begins, which there's no comparison to me. But let's go back to 2008. Look at what The Dark Knight was able to do. The Dark Knight was able to bring in, and this is pre-COVID, different times, but keep in mind, ticket prices were considerably cheaper than they are now. There were probably more people going to the movies, but tickets were less, considerably less. You're talking about 8, 10, probably under 10, just above 10, 2008. That's back when they used to give you actual stubs from your movie tickets. It wind up grossing over $533 million domestically. Superman will not catch that. I guarantee. This is before inflation. And this video ain't about Superman, but I got to bring it up. Internationally, 470 million. Superman won't come close to that pre-inflation. And with the re-release, The Dark Knight was able to cross $1 billion. I assure you, Superman would be fortunate to get to half of this. Let's look at the box office intake the first 3 days. Now, a lot of you, I guess you didn't remember. Midnight releases basically stopped, ironically, when The Dark Knight Rises was released and what happened in Colorado happened. Now, then they start making movies showtimes earlier, 10, 7. Then they start doing that after what happened. So this number here of 67 million includes, check this out. This is back when they were doing midnight showings. Or they might have done, so this is pre Dark Knight Rises and what happened in Colorado. This is when they were doing midnight showings. $67 million is what it made Friday. Include the previews or whatever it was from Thursday. 47 million on Saturday, 43 million on Sunday. And the following weekend, it had a drop of 65% on Friday, but you have to include the Thursday night preview, which probably was a big chunk of that original Friday gross. Then you had a 40% drop of 28 million. And then a 23% drop, a 45% drop of 23 million. And Batman ran for one of the longest times. This movie here ran a ridiculously long time. It spent 8 months. It ran from July 18th to March 5th, because this is back when the dollar movie theaters was still around. This movie was at the dollar theater and on home video like at the same time. It was crazy. Different time. Now, what we will be doing is we will be keeping an eye on this Superman stuff. We will be watching this very closely to see, because this movie not only is so divisive, it basically sent this channel on a whole different direction, a direction I never thought I would go on, but I enjoy it nonetheless. So we'll see. But where were you 17 years ago today? Were you watching The Dark Knight? I could not see it until the next week. And I went with a broken ankle. And it's a movie I'll never forget. Give me your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think that James Gunn, his Superman, compares to Batman Begins in any way? I'll catch you guys in the next video. And let me know, man. Let me know. I'm so confused right now. I've always had a clear direction of where my channel goes. And now I'm a little torn. I don't know what to do. And that is a rare thing for me. I know what to do. I know what the numbers are telling me. Yeah. Sometimes you don't plan, stuff is given to you.